Anyway, let's go over the patch notes, right? So, a whole bunch of things. It's been a while as well since 12.5. 12.5 has been a has been on for like a month. I swear to God, everyone at Riot was like, "Oh, we're all playing Elden Ring together," and it's that's not at all what happened, right? But whatever. It sounds funny if I say it that way. I think it sounds funny. The main concerns and things to look at are the 12.6 patch notes. Is Hecarim got nerfed, Tryndamere, and we have all these champs that got buffed, and mainly the adjustments to a whole bunch of lifesteal abilities, which I think is Riot trying to crack down on the sustain meta, but they already kind of have. So all the champs that they're kind of nerfing is that's weird, right? So Azir got a bit of health, like per level, which is nice. I mean, Azir has been weak for a long time, I suppose. Like, it's not really a champ that gets played all that often by everyone, right? Or at least not in the brackets I play, which is like bronze and whatever. But although I keep getting matched up with gold players and like diamond players, which I flippin' hate, because it's like, oh, kick my ass. Yes, I'm bronze. What gives, right? It's like, okay, what can I do against this? But however, so his health at level 18 is now way higher, which makes him more viable. The damage on Darius's R got increased, so that's good. Darius has not really been in a bad position, except if you counterpick him. If someone picks Darius, you pick a ranged top laner to bully him, and or something mega tanky he can't just burst through, because trying to fight Darius in melee range with another melee fighter is a coin flip, and it's a skill-based matchup, right? Hecarim's Q&E damage decreased late. Tankarim is taking over pro again, so we're nerfing the base damage on some of his abilities to ensure fairer horseplay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how this is supposed to discourage people from playing Tankarim. If anything, you nerfing his like damage makes it so that, yeah, okay, we have to go Tankarim to live longer in the match, right? Like, if anything, you should just leave the Q damage alone and maybe be playing with his armor and his health. Like, that would make more sense if you want to like take away his tanking ability. But hey, what do I know? Ilaoi. A lot of changes on the R and several bug fixes. No balance changes here. Instead, we fixed a lot of bugs and updated Ilaoi's ult to give her some more control over her tentacles. Okay, interesting. Faces towards your cursor, allowing for more favorable tentacle spawn locations. That's cool. That's neat. So now when she R's onto someone, it the tentacles that come out kind of cast toward where she's facing. Yeah, okay, sure. I didn't know that was not the case before, but then again, I don't really play Ilaoi, so yeah, is what it is, right? And a whole bunch of bug fixes, which is good. People that like to play Ilaoi, I hate fighting against her. Although that's why you pick Mordekaiser, right? So you can like trap her tentacles outside of that, whatever. Then for one of the buffs, we increased Jax's health and the base W damage. Jax has been mediocre for a while, so we're giving him some early game power to help him get to his item power spikes. He may not have real weapon at first, but he can buy. Now he can buy one a little sooner. Sadness, sadness indeed. No, this is true though. His power has been waning, as in Jax is a safe pick, but he's not that particularly good. Or like, there's a few more OP champions you could pick in the meantime, right? So bringing him back to his earlier power, trying to bring him back to his earlier power is admirable. Don't know if 100% will do a thing. Although no, is giving him a bit more health will probably do it. Might, right? We'll have to see how it evolves. Nidalee, human W cost decreased. Okay. Wow. Human form Nidalee is a mana-hungry huntress, but her overall kit is much more compatible with the non-mana mage items. Mana mage mythics. We're giving her more access to her utility spells, as well as making her AoE damage bigger so that she can claw enemies and jungle camps more effectively. Lastly, her heal cast range is pretty restrictive, especially for a character with so many positioning constraints, so we're increasing it to match her bushwhack trap placements. This and all should make her more accessible and stronger across all skill brackets. I have not played Nidalee, so maybe this might encourage me to actually try her out for once, but I don't know. So a mana cross Mana cost decrease. Can we stop decreasing mana costs? Mana is already a useless stat that basically means, okay, in the early game, you kind of run out of it soon. But like mana costs across the board for every champ should be increased. Should be more of a tactical play if you like just spam your abilities or not. But whatever, right? If anything, couldn't you increase it by just increasing mana regen on jungle champs by making jungle items increase mana regen? Wouldn't that be a little more interesting? But whatever, right? That's just me. Sorry. Gengar. Gengar's passive adjustments to Ferocity Leaps and Bone Tooth Necklace. New resource. New Ferocity resource bar added. Q basic attacks now always crit. Okay. Damage now scales with crit chance. That is interesting. Now applies against towers, no longer applies against plants. E cast time during a leap removed. Now grants true sight and some visions around target R's now. So his Q sweet crits. That's insane. All his abilities crit. Wow. Shit. No wonder you get one shot by him now all the time. Holy crap. Our big kitty finally has some big changes coming to his kit. Our goal were to smooth out Rengar's gameplay, keep his current play style, and clarify his builds. We're going to keep a close eye on the Q crit damage ratio so he doesn't get too out of line. We also know that Q no longer applies on plants. It can be... Oh, the Q basic attacks. Okay. Oh yeah, so not all his basic attacks, just the ones empowered by Q. Okay, no, that makes a little more sense. That's how it should have been, honestly. But no longer applies on plants. Seasoned players who use optimized Frosty stacks, but we strongly believe it was healthy to support long term and have instead moved that power to more accessible parts of his kit. So, upon losing all Frosty stacks, no matter how much Frosty he gains before the next sleep. Okay, interesting. So he just, whenever he loses all his Frosty stacks, that'll make it that his next sleep grants him a Frosty stack. Meaning that you could build up the 3 of them, then go into a bush when ganking, and then like pounce with the Ferocity stack recharging. That's cool, right? Able to leap perfect bounces. Were we able to leap after 0.35 seconds in a bush or camouflaged, or send us E Curse of the Black Mist camouflage consistently rather than the base? Oh, there was a timer? Okay, I didn't know that. Now it's just a steady amount. Okay, actually no, that's good. That's good. It makes it more consistent to play. Makes it less like a variable thing, which was a little annoying sometimes if it's like a thing where you're like, what is due? No. Okay, this time it was a bit more and that time a bit less, so, you know, that's what it is. Ferocious Feline. Gengar now has Ferocity resource that indicates how much Ferocity he currently has. Not played, so probably a UI thing that looks better. All Ferocity stacks fall off after 10 seconds out of combat. Okay, bit more time to like position, move around, stuff like that. Especially with that leap change about like him getting the stack upon losing all stacks. His next jump gives him a Ferocity stack. That extra 10 seconds makes it that he can like reposition himself a little bit better. So probably that will be something they nerf if it's too out of line, right? Bone Tooth Necklace takedown timer within 3 seconds. Ooh. So if you like kill enemies, it doesn't just basically take off the Bone Tooth Necklace. It's a little harder to pull it off. You can't just chain kill enemies once and have that be the end of it, right? So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, I suppose. Gengi's Q is a critical strike instead of a regular critical strike. Each 1% critical strike increases the empowered attack damage by 0.66%. Cool. Okay, and then Infinity Edge has its own thing that it does, which basically makes it that Infinity Edge is a very useful item on Gengar just to get this Q damage up really high. Yeah, basically. The Bola Strike. Gengar can now throw his E-Bola Strike instantly with 0 cast time during leaps. Now grants True Sight and Normal Vision 150 units around the first enemy hit for 2 seconds. That's cool. That's cool. You know what? That's cool because then they can't like just run into a bush. And you can actually basically bola the guy, and if he tries to run away in a bush, then you'll be able to still see him. That's kind of cool, you know. So you know which way he goes, so that when you get in the bush, you can just pounce on the correct place. Neat. Predatory Instincts now grants not only True Sight but also Normal Vision 100 units around the nearest enemy. That's cool, because that means that when you gank, now you do know where everyone is, and no one can just hide in the fog of war. Little OP, a bit. No, because then basically he's invisible. You can't see him unless he gets close, right? Outside of that, you can just jump from wherever, and he knows where you're going, so you can't really hide from him. Don't know if I'm too thrilled about that. Thrilled about that. I'm stupid. Sorry. I do think that, yeah, that's something they could nerf, like either making the vision, the normal vision around enemies bigger, or just, you know, not giving them the true sight. Trinity is too strong at the highest skill levels of play. His kit scales too well with ability haste, so we're readjusting his cooldowns to account for the higher amount of ability haste available to him through items. Yeah. So basically they're just making him a little harder to do. Neat. Undying Rage. Yeah, they're just making it a bit harder to do. Sure, fine. I mean, it's Tryndamere. Honestly, he has one of the strongest kits in the game if utilized correctly. So, like for melee, right? The only thing that kind of kills Tryndamere is if you get kited out. So you can't really do much about that. Items. Many sustain options were added with the introductions of mythics last year, especially for the early game itemization. We believe sustain is still a compelling choice for mythic slots, but these options just give a bit too much bang for your buck as they are today. To make the trade-off between sustain and power more significant, we're adjusting some lifesteal choices in a way that better reflect their cost and value. Hopefully you see less of those drain-tacking plays that can happen when these items are stacked, as well as fewer lanes where sustain washes out trades too quickly. True, but then you're bringing back more of a bursty meta then, right? Interesting. Lastly, we've left the fighter system items out of this list since they were recently adjusted and have landed in a pretty good spot in terms of balancing sustain and power. Yeah, but if you make the ADC items too shit, then ADCs will just start building fighter items, right? Or, you know, probably people will get bullied into not doing that, right? However, what did they change? So they changed the lifesteal. Yeah, I noticed that's less, but not too bad, right? Same applies to Blood Ward. Okay. Mythic passive. And you get a little bit more health. So you get less... You get more of a... How would I put it? You get less life steal. So you're able to recover less healthy, but with the extra health, right? Which is 70. Let's say you have 2 mythic items. It's already like 40 health. That means you get, like, what, half of an attack back? Sure, it's something, right? Blade of the Ruined Game. Okay, all of them now are just 8%, which is an interesting choice for the item, but, you know, sure. They really are kicking down on, like, sustain runes. We have a few changes with sustained now. So replacing Ravenous Hunter with a new shiny, not sustain-related rune Treasure Hunter. Ravenous was too prevalent in the sustain system. It was too easily to access and stack with other runes, items, and abilities. This is the thing, right? Ravenous Hunter for a while has been so gutted that it's kind of just a shit rune that I've been wondering for a while, does it really make that much of a difference? Do you really feel its impact in game? Honestly, I don't think you really did, except those few times where it's like, if I did have a bit more sustain, oh, I could have popped off there a bit better, but it's like, you might as well just go Ingenious Hunter and get a reload on your whatever the hell item you're using quicker, right? Like, it's just way better to go with Ingenious Hunter and then just have your shields or whatever reload that much quicker than it is to have that tiny bit of Omnivamp. But I don't think these numbers are good though. Because again, in total you then get what, 550? But 550 gold is flipping nothing, because every item costs like 2k to 3k gold, which is just insane. But like, and it's like, okay, I don't mind it costing that much, but then get me a ways to get more gold, right? If anything, I am an advocate for this, and no one will agree with me, is that like, I would love the Earth system where if you miss CS, it does give you a bit of gold. Maybe not all the gold, right? But at least that makes that if you're in lane, that if you even get zoned out, you do get some gold from it. Like even if it's like 4 gold a minion or whatever, right? Just to get people all to that mid game quicker, and then remove bounties, or they're not gonna, or keep bounties. Fuck it, you know, whatever. Healing upon fully energized attacks. Yeah, so they're making that weaker. Sadness. I guess that means the Akali build with Fleet Footwork is less good now, right? Interesting. Legends of Bloodline. This one I don't know if it's that bad though. Like, okay, it was like 9% in total, right? But now you get 100 extra health, which is a little bit of extra, like an armor line in front of you, which is good. So I think they made Bloodline better inadvertently. It's not as much a nerf as it is just a change, but I do think I like the extra 100 health. If anything, because it makes it more viable on multiple champions now. And since ADCs already struggle with having health amounts anyway, you know, it's kind of neat. Mythic content overhaul. Yeah, now everything is just Mythic essence. So like prestige points and stuff like that are all gone. It's kind of bullshit where they don't just give everyone the mythics that they have. Like let's say they go back into all the mythic prestige points in the past that you lost and just have it all combined into the mythic system. That would be kind of cool and like a show to the community of, okay, all those points you lost in the past, well, here you go, have fun. For 1 or 2 skins probably, right? But you know, nope. Then there's a whole bunch of whatevers. They're making a lot of things cool. Rentals are being removed for skins, which is a good thing because they were stupid anyway. Why would you do that if you get a good mythic? If you get a good skin, why would you like get rid of it? It's so weird. It's a system it's a holdover from an older system, right? That's what I could call it. That's what I would say it is. Bug fixes, and then the new skins, the Battle Bunny skins, which they're cool. They look neat. They look a little too futuristic, I think. The thing is, with all the futuristic skins, they all start to kind of blur together. Like the only ones that were particularly distinct were the mecha ones, just because they were like mecha. But even then, what's it? Cyberpunk Mordekaiser basically looks like Battle Mech Jax. It's like, you could be mistaken for that. They're not that different, right? So the modern design ones all just kind of look cyberpunky to me, which is not a bad thing. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe a bit more frillies would have been fun. A little bit more frillies, a little bit more of that Gwen charm. I don't know. It is what it is. They all look kind of samey. If anything, I think Battle Bat Vayne is the coolest one because she has like this puffed up sleeve thing, and I think that's really cool. But for the rest, like, I don't really particularly like this one. This one, okay, that looks like Misfortune, right? Jinx doesn't even look crazy enough. Her hair being blonde here kind of dumbs down the design in a way, makes it too uniform maybe. If we're being honest, I think her design is just a bit too uniform. It's not that. Wait, let me go here. Look at that. Like, it's cool and it's well drawn, right? But like, it's isn't it? When you admit it's a bit too. It's a bit too uniform. It's a bit too. I don't know. Crazy as Jinx is, blonde hair with like green and darks just make her kind of moot. Nah, not moot. I can only describe it as the design is just makes it just a little bit boring, and it doesn't make her character look crazy in any way. Battle Bunny Riven looks fine color wise, I think, and Misfortune again looks like Misfortune, right? Not that particularly interesting. Battle Wolf Silas looks like an e-boy, which is funny. I like it. Keep it. You know, Silas needs more e-boy skins. Screw it. Sure, right? And Vayne, I think Vayne's the best one. Vayne looks the funniest. Little jacket puff pieces on her. Wait, let's go here, right? bring it up here. This here, I love this. This looks cool. I like jackets like that. That gives her more of a unique silhouette. And the little Batman eye thing, that's just funny. Although I do wonder why they gave her cat ears. I know they're supposed to be bat ears, but let's be honest, they're cat ears, right? Even that symbol, like, how does that look like? Well, then again, how do you do a bat symbol without everyone just thinking Batman, right? Like, let's be honest here. The little bunny thing on her little pecora looking thing. Yeah, it's cute. And then Silas here. Yeah, although he doesn't look wolf enough. Like, his face looks kind of wolfy. He looks like those oh god, he looks like those cringy werewolf novels from like the 2000s where everyone was getting on that Twilight hype and trying to get like a wolf design out, and so everyone kind of looked like, oh, they have colored eyes and like canine teeth and they're wolves, but they didn't commit to the bit. They didn't commit to like the furry bit and having him actually turn into like a Van Helsing werewolf. That movie's great, by the way. Go check that one out if you get the chance. Prestige Battle Cat Jinx is a little bit more, but again, like, it's too clean. Look at this. It's too uniform. For again, Jinx's character being all about wacky maniac chaos thing, you would think a little bit more asymmetrical coloring would come into play, especially like in this. It's just too. What is this? Is a cool nanofiber suit that clings to her form, right? But does it like doesn't tell anything? I think it's a bit too plain. It's a bit too little collar, a little bit too fetish bondage look. I don't know. Not even bondage. Bondage would have made it a little bit more interesting, but it's just a little too clean. It's too clean. I like the ponytail. I hate that you don't really see the ponytail that well in this shot, but you know, it's what it is. Look at them in the background here. It's cool. She looks neat. And then we have the Riven looking all like. You know what they kind of remind me of? They kind of remind me of an offshoot of those weird like space 80s skins that they made with like Samira, Lux, and Blitzcrank and stuff like that a while back. But those were really neat. Whatever. And then as the final one, we have Ashen Knight Pike, which I swear to God, and I will die on this hill. It's Elden Ring Pike. Look at this. This is an enemy you fight in Elden Ring. This is a temple in one of those little mini dungeons you go down, and all of a sudden this is a guy you see that comes and like smites your ass like that. This is just Elden Ring Pike, and I'm all here for it. By the way, there is no like disrespect. There is no like yeah, it's kind of lame. No. It's Elden Ring and it's fucking hype. And then they gave them all a bunch of chromas, and they gave Pike a chroma which makes him look even more like a Dark Souls character because he lost his color. And that is all the patch notes. Maybe I should make this a little series where I go over patch notes and I go over skins and talk about what I think, which is, you know, my opinion. And I like giving my opinion because my opinion is not fact. I'm not gonna say that, but like, where is he? There he is. Look at that. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Love that. Love that shit. Anyway, I'm gonna log off. This was a fun little stream. 2-hour stream and about a 20-minute segment where I'm just talking about the patch notes and the skins. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.